back. I really missed this. For some reason, I just really look forward to this. So I hope you guys did as well. And I am happy we are back together for some more SAT. I literally was so excited this morning. I was like, all right, let's do 4 p.m. SAT again. So we have actually today we have quite a fun day ahead of us and filled with a lot of learning. So we are going to jump into it. And as usual, we will start with a quick math question to review what we've learned in math. So let's do it now. And can somebody raise their hand that wants to read this question with me using the principles we did, the reading principles? Okay, Tanay. So you will use the reading principles. So let me share my screen. Okay, so if you remember the 4 steps, so let's do this one. We'll just do the reading today, Tanay. No, sorry, Tanya. Can you unmute yourself?
So the two equations are y
Hi.
equal to x square. Oh my god.
Hello?
Yeah, so the two equations. Hello?
Yeah, you're a little distant. Do you want to come closer to the mic?
Yeah, sure. Hello?
No, it's still a little low. Try once more.
Okay, hello? Hello?
Yeah, okay, all right.
Okay, so the two equations are y is equal to x square
Okay,
and 2y plus 6 is equal to 2 into x plus 3 the whole.
okay.
So if x and y is a solution of the system of equations above and x is greater than 0, what is the value of xy?
Okay, so what do you highlight?
So the two equations.
The equations, yep, okay.
And x is greater than 0.
X is greater than 0, nice, okay.
What is the value of xy?
What is the value of xy? Okay. And then we'll also highlight x is a solution of the system of equations, or just this. Okay, so remember we added one more. What type of question do you think this is? What is it trying to trick you in?
Maybe the way the equations are, maybe the subject of the equation is different.
Yep, subject is different, yep.
So then you make the subject the same and then you try to solve it.
But notice what I ask here, it's very particular. We call this a second part question, or it could be, because
right.
You could maybe solve for x, so it's not x and it's not just y, it's xy, right? So we have to be careful about that. Okay, let's keep reading. What do we see?
Okay, so then there are 4 options.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 9.
1, 2, 3, and 9. Okay, what do we notice about this?
So they're all different. I mean, they're not. Could you say that 9 is a multiple of 3?
I mean, 9 is a square, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we notice.
So is 1.
So is 1, awesome. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tanya.
No problem.
Everything, we got the units, we read the question, we identified the type of question. All right, now I want you all to try and solve this question. So I'll do a poll. But remember, we did not do something together, which is explore different approaches to this question. I want you to really pause. Before you put pen to paper, I want you to pause and just think, how can you solve this question easily? And if you manage to solve this question, if you think you have a very, very easy approach to this question, then raise your hand and let me know. And then I'll call on you to share it. I hope you're really thinking through different approaches to this question. And if you've already solved it, I want you to think for more approaches. There are many, many easy approaches to this question. If you've solved it, think of more. Folks, again, if you've solved it already, please think of more approaches. This question has many approaches. All right, another 20 seconds. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, Nimit Mehta, you want to come out and tell us? But Nimit, I want you to come out and tell me the longest approach that you can think of. What's the longest?
Okay, the longest is by substituting the value, the y is as equal to x squared. So 2x squared plus 6 is equal to 2 brackets x plus 3.
Yep, and then solve, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So 1 second, stay with me here, Nimit. And I want everybody to tell me if, just with a yes or no, if you have a faster way to do this. Was your way faster than the one we just looked at over here? So in other words, you solve this for x, then you sub into y, and then you do x times y, and you get your number. Okay. I'm going to end poll here. I want to show this to you. This is really, really important. This is, these results are very important actually, because you have to practice this. This is why in our practice in math, we said, sit down with the one entire paper and for every single question, brainstorm as many approaches as possible, because this is what the SAT is. It's giving you questions which have really easy solutions. You just have to think a little bit. And so you must practice this. This cannot be something that's taught. This can only be something that's practiced. Okay, so keep going, Nimit. What's another approach then?
Yeah, so I looked at the options and I used some elimination methods. So
nice.
I tried in different values for x and and substitute that in the first equation. So if x is equal to 1, then x squared would be 1 and plus y would be 1. So 1 times 1 is 1.
Yeah.
So A works out.
Yeah.
And none of the others work out, like if I substitute 2, 3, 4, etc.
Got it. Awesome.
So that's how I got A.
Thank you, Nimit. So just be careful here. You were substituting the value of, this is actually xy. These are all xy. So just be careful about that. In this case, it worked out, but this can trick you sometimes. This is not the value for x. So you just want to be careful. In this case.
Yeah, no, so I plugged in x and then I found y and then I multiplied them together and then compared it.
Got it, thank you. All right, Anil, you want to come out, tell me a different way?
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so first I took the second equation.
Okay.
And I found out 2y plus 6 is equal to 2x plus 6. Awesome. So x is equal to y.
Yep.
X squared is equal to y. Therefore, x is equal to x squared, and the only possible answer is 1.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So you reworked the equation, so you did much less work. So folks, for those of you that put no in shorter approaches, this is another short approach that you can find. Okay, thank you. Can anybody that has an even shorter approach? Thank you so much, Anil. Even shorter approach. Nimit, do you have your hand up for, oh, Bhavani, you want to come out, share an even shorter approach?
Y is equal to x squared. So you substitute it into the xy equation, and then the answer you get must be a cube. So from the options, 1 is the only cube.
So if y equals to x squared, we are looking, the ask is xy, which is equal to, if we sub this in, it's x cubed. Therefore, ans has to be a cube, and 1 is the only cube. So there we go, an even shorter approach. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Okay, so this concludes our math practice. I'm going to launch this poll again. The question is, do you understand the value of training the muscle of thinking of different approaches? The question is, understand the value of training the muscle of thinking of different approaches. Okay, perfect. Yes, thank you. Great. So this is something that really has to be practiced. The more you practice this, the better and better you will get at it, and the easier the math paper will become. Okay, that was a really, really fun question. I really enjoyed it. Okay, today I have we have something fun planned together. So we've started with Star Wars music. I want to show you 2 videos. Well, 1 video first. Let me share my screen. And if you guys watch The Office, this is from The Office. Okay, this is a hilarious video, so watch along. Okay, so isn't that hilarious? All right, so why do I share this? I share this because, okay, let me ask you a couple questions. The question is, do you want to have fun in these classes, or do you want to have fun while studying? If you could make studying fun, would you make it fun? That's the question. Nice. Okay. So if you could make studying fun, you would make it fun, right? It's just so much easier on yourself. It's just so much better than making it torturous. So the reason I shared this video is because to make studying fun, you need the cooperation from 2 people. The first is the person doing the teaching, and the second is the person doing the learning. So in this case, I can try and make it fun for you by different exercises, by having cool music, interaction, et cetera, but eventually, if you refuse to have fun or to enjoy the process, then it's not going to be fun. So my ask from you is that you just try a little bit from your end to just really enjoy this process. I will try my best to make it fun, but I want you to try and enjoy the process. So the reason I showed the video is because we can use that technique to teach us to have fun in SAT. And if you have fun in the SAT, then you will look forward to studying for the SAT. And when the big day comes, when you're taking the test, you'll have a big smile on your face because you'll be looking forward to the questions, to cracking each question like a fun puzzle. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to play a very small song. Oh, actually, I'm going to launch a poll. Did you guys watch Barney when you were young? Barney. Do you remember Barney? Yeah, you guys did. That's awesome. I love Barney. Oh, I had a small Barney plush toy when I was young. This is what we had. 74% of you watched Barney. Okay, so I'm gonna play a Barney song, and it's a little small song with dance steps also. So I would love for you to do these dance steps and get in the mode of having fun. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put up SAT, and I want you to associate the fun that you're having because of the dance step and the Barney song to the SAT. Okay, so we're gonna trick our mind into thinking that the SAT is fun because it really is. And then you'll notice you'll learn just so much more. You'll be so much more involved. Okay, so I would love for you to really just, if you want to keep your videos off, if you're too shy, that's okay. But really just like do the dance, have fun with the song. It's a really cool song, and then we're gonna associate that with the SAT. Okay, so let's go. This is the song. Let me share my screen. All right. Oh, let me share my video, my songs also. Yes, okay.
The prettiest branch that you ever did see. Well, the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole, and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. And on this branch, the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole, and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. And in this nest, there was an egg. The prettiest egg that you ever did see. Nest and the nest on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree in the hole, and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around.
All right, okay. Was that fun? Did you have fun in that song? Was that a fun song? Okay, so I want to share this. Look, again, having fun is your decision. You can choose to have fun, or you can choose to not have fun. So I could play any song and you could choose to have fun, even if it's the most boring one. So these results are really your decision. I can't force you to have fun. But now hopefully you have a smile on your face. You're somewhat more upbeat. So now we're going to jump into English, and English is going to be fun, all right? So let's start. We have a lot of English rules to go over today. Like we did 2 classes ago. So let's jump right into it. All right, where did it go? Okay, share screen. Cool. Okay, so we did these. I'm not reviewing these. Sentence errors, comma error, misplaced modifiers. Modifiers was important. It comes up a lot. And then I want to correct something here. In my previous slide, this was written as crawls, but that's incorrect. It should be crawled because this is in the past. When he was very young, therefore this should be in the past. So it's crawled. So please correct that in your slides. And then if you remember, we talked about punctuation, semicolons. So a question came up in terms of why do you want semicolons? Why are semicolons important? Well, semicolons, you can use them if the 2 sentences, the 2 independent sentences you're joining are related. Sorry, if they are related, then you can use a semicolon to join them, and then it just makes the idea flow better. For questions like these, I would stress you to Google search these things. So let's see, why semicolon is used. Oops. Okay, so if you just search this, you will see the result. If they're closely related in thought. That's what it is. So I show this to you because English is a subject with numerous questions can come up, different structures. I strongly recommend you to Google search and answer these questions for yourself. There's only so much we can go over in terms of rules. The rest of it has to be self-learning through Google searching. Okay, and then let's do some new ones. So today we're going to do 2 new ones on its dilemma. The first is its rule. Its is special because if you remember the apostrophe S rule, apostrophe S is for possessive. So the dog's bone here is because the bone belongs to the dog. That's why it's apostrophe S. However, in its is apostrophe when it is joining it and is. But when it's possessive, then there's no apostrophe. So it's actually an exception. So you want this is tested pretty frequently in the various tests. So just note this one down. And then the plural possessive is when you have plural. So twins is plural. Okay, folks, are you seeing my screen clearly or not clearly? Is my screen clear? That's the question. Okay, most of you can see my screen. Let me just make sure my internet is good. Yeah, okay, my internet's good. It should load up slowly. Okay, so plural, twins is plural, but when you have a possessive, then you don't add apostrophe S. You do it like this. You just add an apostrophe. So, so Shiv, again, questions like these types of things, just Google search it. Why don't you Google search that question, Shiv, and tell us what the answer is that you find, okay? So this is the other rule. So please write these two down. Okay, I'm gonna move on in 20 seconds. Okay, parallel structures. This one is extremely, extremely important. It comes up very often. So what's parallel structure? Is not using the same pattern, conjugation, tense of words in clauses, phrases, or words of same importance. This is important. Of same importance, they usually appear in a list. So what does it mean, not the same pattern? So for example, if I say I like driving, eating, and to teach, SAT, driving and to teach are different tenses. So if I say I like driving, eating, and teaching SAT, that is correct because the tense here, teaching, eating, and driving is parallel, whereas driving, eating, and to teach is not parallel. Does that make sense? You can also do it as I like to drive, eat, and teach. So drive, eat, and teach. You can also do I like to drive, to eat. Oh, here. I like to drive, to eat, and to teach, SAT. This is also parallel. All of these are parallel. Another example is not only do I like to drive, but I also like flying. This is incorrect because to drive and flying are not parallel, right? So not only do I like to drive, but I also like to fly. This is parallel. This is parallel structure comes up very, very often. So please really understand this. You can do it in comparisons. So my hair is longer than Joe. This suggests that my hair is longer than Joe physically. Physically, my hair is longer than Joe as a person. However, the comparison is between my hair and Joe's hair, right? So you want to say my hair is longer than Joe's, or you can add in hair. That is also correct. Now it's parallel. So in this question, what you want to do is identify a list, then put them in a column like so, and then see if they're parallel. And if they're not parallel, then you adjust whichever term is not parallel. So question for you, does this make sense so far? Nice, okay, this is making sense. Cool, you guys are getting it. This is really cool, by the way, because just with this one error, you can catch many mistakes and you can be a better person at English when you're speaking. You can even correct your parents. That would be quite funny, right? To correct your parents. Okay, so let's do a quick activity to train this. Let me stop this. Now that you know parallel structure. Oh, did you guys have this written down? Did you take a photo or write it down? Oh, let me share it once more. Okay, all right. You have literally 20 seconds to take a photo of this. Please take a photo, screenshot. I don't think you'll be able to write it down so quickly. And please, please, I really hope you're adding these to your Pure Notes. This should be going into your Pure Notes. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending. Cool. All right, we are going to do a quick exercise to really drill this home. Okay, so let's see, what is wrong in this quote? So we have cute, intelligent, and knows a lot of good jokes. But it is actually, you want to do cute, intelligent, and funny. Okay, that's basically what parallel is. So let's come here. Jennifer is smart, beautiful, and loves everyone. Okay, well, actually you want to do smart, beautiful, and caring. Right, because these are descriptive words, but this is a verb. So you want to have only descriptive words. So this is correct. Let's do a small one. Let's do number 3. Bob was not only Sam's roommate, but also he was his best friend. So not only Sam's roommate, but also he was his best friend versus not only Sam's roommate, but also his best friend. So if you can notice here, B is correct because not only Sam's roommate, but also his best friend. This is not parallel, so this is correct. Let's go down into here. Okay, so I want you to, in chat, write down a sentence for any one of these with 3 things, and I want you guys to make it parallel. The structure should be parallel of your sentence. So you should be able to chat with everyone. Sweet, okay. So for any of these 5 questions, I would like you to write down the sentence. Nice, I eat, sleep, and play in the summer. That is parallel, perfect. During the summer, I travel to America, meet my dad, and go fishing. Perfect. I usually sleep, eat, and watch TV. Perfect. In the weekend, I eat, sleep, repeat. Okay, nice. I like reading and watching movies in the weekend. Awesome. My mother is kind, caring, and loving. Perfect. I usually read, draw, and watch TV. Awesome. This is good. I usually swim, cook, and watch. What else? I eat, sleep, and watch. Folks, why are you guys all eating and sleeping? Everyone's talking about eating and sleeping. During the summer, I binge on Netflix all day. So, Han, where's the parallel there? You want to put in at least something else? I like to bake, cook, and sleep. Perfect. Someone likes baking also. Just cooking and sleeping. I study, play video games, and play sports on the weekends. Should be on the weekends. We'll touch into that. Okay, awesome. So you guys are getting it. You guys are getting it. All right, let's keep going on this. So there are a couple of example parallel rules. So let's do, there are 5 rules. Let's go over these really quickly. Now, the reason I'm going over this quickly is because there's so much in each rule that you can go in the depth of. But I really want you guys to, when you run into a problem, Google search and figure it out, okay? So I'll just touch on this briefly. So thinking and running are parallel. Thinking and running are again parallel. So the words have to be parallel. Then there's phrases. She likes to look and to listen are phrases. They're not words, so they're parallel. And then another phrase is, you will find the light bulbs in the closet or under the kitchen counter. So can you guys write down now in chat an incorrect version of this sentence? An incorrect version of the sentence. Okay, so you will find the light bulbs on the closet and inside the kitchen. That is still correct. You could have it on the closet and inside the kitchen. That's still parallel. You will find the light bulbs in the closet or they will be under the kitchen counter. Awesome, yes. So it would be, you will find the light bulbs in the closet. You can remove they will be. It would just be under the kitchen counter. Okay, you will be finding light bulbs in the closet or under the kitchen. Okay, I'm sure you can't find it under the kitchen. But grammatically, it's still correct, Shiv. You will find light bulbs in the closet and kitchen. In the closet and So you want to make this in the kitchen. Okay, that is incorrect. Well done. On the closet or under the kitchen counter. That is, again, still correct. That's still, the phrases are still parallel. Okay, this is a good one. You will find the light bulbs in the closet as well as the kitchen counter. That is correct. That is, sorry, that is an incorrect parallel structure. Therefore, that sentence is a correct submission because there's in the closet is not parallel with the kitchen counter. Okay, cool. We'll stop here. So it is difficult, right, to come up with incorrect ones, but you really want to know both the correct and the incorrect ones. We'll do some more. Let's keep going. Parallel clauses. Let's do this one. Please bring the bill after we have had some coffee or when your shift is over. These are parallel clauses defining time, right? Okay, so again, it comes up in lists very often. Oops. Parallelism comes in lists very often, and a comma should be placed between each element in the series and before the coordinating junction. Coordinating junction is like or, but, or, and. You will notice these coordinating junctions in parallelism often. So for you guys put a lot of good examples for this. So money, power, security. These are parallel lists. There was no opportunity to do my taxes, to request an extension, or to explain my situation. An incorrect one would be to do my taxes, to request an extension, or explain my situation. This would be incorrect if I remove the to, because now it's not following the parallel structure, right? In the closet, under the sink, but not in the garage. So you can still have a but not and still be fine. A series of clause. The company doesn't care about who you are, how you got there, or why you have come. So these are parallel. Awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Where's the other one? All right, let's just do a couple of these. Can you please write down the correct way of doing number 4 in chat? Awesome. Okay, so there can be a couple of things. It is better to be happy. Then in that case, it should be to be sad. Or you can do, it is better to be happy than be sad. Or the parallel can be in between. It is better to be happy than sad. All of these are okay. Does this make sense? The parallel structure can be this, like it can be 1 word, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, but you will notice the conjunction is than. Okay, let's do the same thing for number 6, please. Number 6. Oh, Ahan made a good point. You can also change, sorry, for number 4, you can take being sad as the correct way and change this one instead. So that you can do that, but it's just a little awkward. Okay, so you guys are getting it. The contract was illegible, lengthy, and, well, it would be awkward. This is not needed to make it parallel. Otherwise, the current contract was lengthy, was illegible, was lengthy, and was awkward. Notice how the tense is changed here, right? And the conjunction here, and All right, let's do a more difficult one. Let's do number 10. Looks like they made a mistake here. It should not be here. So here, the key is really to focus on what are the phrases. So let's find the conjunction. So not only, but also. So what is between not only and but also is the phrase that we want to mimic. So what is the phrase that we want to mimic? Check with the purchasing agent, but also check, we can copy this entire thing, check with the controller, or you can do with the controller, or the controller, or, but also controller. So you can do all of these. You just want to make, copy this one. This structure is what you want to copy. Oh, sorry, no, you cannot do the controller, sorry. You cannot do the controller. Because the verb is check with, so you have to have that. So you want to have check with. Sorry about that, folks. So you want to have the verb check with the controller. Okay, let's do one more difficult one. Which one is difficult? Okay, let's do number 2. Okay, so what is the conjunction here? When December comes, the Santos, to find the conjunctions or, yeah. And where's the phrase? Santos will have to find A or B, right? So either, so sorry, you match or with either. Either and or go together, right? Just similar to how here, not only, remember how not only but also went together, not only and but also, that's how we found the middle statement. Similarly, either and or go together. So that's how we know A and B. So you copy a warmer house and a wood stove. So the answer would be a wood stove. Cool. Does this make sense? Quick poll. Is this making more sense? Nice, you guys are getting it. All right, all right, all right, all right. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. That is parallelism. There will be a lot of parallelism on the test. So please really understand this. This is just the start. The more we practice questions, we will get this more and more. Okay, let's skip to something. We have 15 minutes left. We will try and learn something new in 15 minutes. So I will share screen and we will be British for this. What do I mean by British? So there are 12 verb tenses that we're going to go over today. And we will actually only cover the first 9 because the basic 3 we will not cover, which is present, past, and future. So what do I mean by the 9? So there are continuous verb tenses, perfect verb tenses, and perfect whoops, perfect continuous verb tenses. Did I spell this correctly? Continuous verb tenses. All right. So continuous verb tenses are something that's happening and something that will continue. So happening and will continue. For example, we are having fun. Past continuous is something that happened and will continue into another point in the past. So we were having fun yesterday. So we were having fun and it continued into yesterday. And the future is something that happens, something that will happen in the future and continue into another point in the future. As you notice in the diagram here, it happens in the future and continues into another point in the future. So we will be having fun tomorrow. This is different than we have fun, we had fun, or we will have fun. This is different. The meaning changes. And the way to do this is subject for present continuous is subject, im is are plus ing. So we, im, am is are plus ing here, having. For past continuous is we, subject, plus was or were. So we was or were having, ing. And the future continuous is subject plus will be plus ing. So subject, we, plus will be plus ing, having fun tomorrow. So I'll give you 20 seconds to take a photo of this because we will go to the next one. Continuous is something that's happening and will continue. Right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next one. All right. Perfect tense. Perfect tense is something that happened but finished just before now. So present perfect, just before now. Past perfect is just before another event in the past. And future perfect is something that happened but will finish before another event in the future. So the difference between continuous is that this activity continues into another point in the present, past, or future, whereas here, the activity stops just before. Just notice how it stops just before now, just before another event in the past, or just before another event in the future. So I have already eaten lunch, means I just finished lunch before this. I had already eaten breakfast, means I just finished breakfast just before they arrived. And I will have eaten dinner just before the guests arrive. That's what this means. Notice in the past perfect that there are two verbs in the past, one of which is simple past and the other is past perfect. So I will have already eaten is past perfect before they arrived. Arrived is simple past. So already eaten before they arrived. Simple past and then past perfect. Here, I will have eaten before the guests arrive in the future. So this makes sense. Please take a photo. Another 10 seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. And then we combine both. We combine continuous and perfect from before to get perfect continuous verb tenses, right? Isn't this so cool? English is so cool. They combine everything. What does perfect continuous mean? Well, it means a present perfect continuous is an activity in the past that continues into another point in either the present, past, or future. So for example, I have been studying for 2 hours. So studying happened in the past and it continues into the now. So I have been studying for 2 hours. Notice the structure here. Past perfect is an activity that happened in the past and continues just before another event in the past. And then it ends. Oh, let me add something. Perfect continuous continues into the now and ends. Whereas here, it ends just before, and here it continues into the now. But here it continues and ends in the now. So it happens, continues till now, and ends now. Does not keep continuing. continues till now and ends now. So continues and ends now. Whereas in the past, it is continues till just before another event in the past and then ends. And here, it is continue into another event in the future and then end. So by the end, I will have been studying for 2 hours. So if you notice, I will have been studying continues into the second moment into the future, but then it ends. This sentence implies that it ends. So another 10 seconds to take photos. All right. Did that make sense? / did you write this down? All right. Thank you. Looks like you guys all got it down. Perfect. Thank you so much. So why do I go over this quickly? Because this is just something you can find online. This is a quick introduction. Here's the summary. Hopefully you see what you understand this. We'll do same outrow Barney. Let's go.
On this branch,
And on this branch,
there was a nest.
there was